Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Namibia's Hot Tea. Today, we're talking about B's side of the story in this Sharon Shimbundu and B's saga. Okay, now let's get into. Before we get into this story, guys, please don't forget that you can advertise with Namibia's Hot Tea. Yes, if you've got your boutique, your music video, whatever you want to advertise, please use your girl Namibia's Hot Tea. For an Instagram story for a day, it's 40 bucks. An Instagram story and a YouTube, it's 150 bucks. YouTube, where you've got a 3 minute section, video section in my whatsoever, where I interview you, tell us about your product and all this and all that. That's $200. And please, if you're a scammer, please don't advertise with me, Shashi. If somebody tells me that they bought something from you after they saw from my channel and you scam them, we'll deal with them. And to everybody else, if you see somebody advertising with me, please buy from them, and I'm killer. Don't be scared, because if they scam you, then they'll have me to deal with. Okay. Anyways, let's get into this whole full story drama. Here's the thing, you guys know that I Namibia's Hoti was Team Sharon Shimbundu when this whole saga happened, and even the reason why I ended up talking to getting B side of the story is because I DM'd her because I was disturbed by the fact that she never apologized to whatsoever. So check here, this is what I messaged her then when I told her where I said, B, please tell me you apologize to Sharon at least privately. Please, because that story hasn't been okay with my soul cow. That's what I told B. It's for B to reply to me and told me, and she said, like, you need to hear my side of the story as well. Well, B spilled the tea, and after she spilled that tea, I was like, honey, no, I'm on B's side. B doesn't owe Sharon a single apology. Basically, let me summarize for you what B said. What B is saying is that apparently Sharon Shimbundu was a willing participant in this whole thing. Sharon, decided to go crazy on that live herself, where she started to undress herself, show off her boobies, all this and all that. Sharon, decided to do that herself, and they both got tipsy, and Sharon continued going on that life, okay? And B is saying apparently she's only sorry for one thing. She's only apologetic for one thing. It's when she took off that blankie of her. For that, she is sorry. For anything else, she's not apologetic, and she won't apologize for it, okay? What she is saying is also that apparently after that whole incident happened, apparently Sharon hanged out with B the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. Okay, you guys get me? Do you guys remember when that Friday afternoon, Sharon came out with this whole statement saying she's blah blah blah? Apparently, she spent the day or the night with B. Like, if she was really sad and hurt by B, why did she continue go and to spend time with her the Saturday and the Sunday? And that's the part that made me believe B side of the story, Sashi. That part where she said she hanged out with Sharona makes sense. Shashi, I Nambia's Hoti was checking up on Sharon Instagram, the people that she was following, and she was still following B that Friday and the Saturday. I think Sunday is when she unfollowed it. So that part of B side of the story that they spent together, it is true because it makes sense with what, and that's the part that made me believe B side of the story. And apparently, Sharon is only upset because she got caught, and people went into her ears. Yes, people went into her ears telling her this and this and that, and that's what made her go crazy and decide to go and open that police statement and sue the lady and all this and all that. And what B is saying also, apparently Sharon Shimbundu apparently also got Marianne Pembe and what to go to her house. Like, why would Marianne Pembe want to? Like, does Marianne Pembe look like somebody that can fight Taekwondo Shiri? I'm sorry, but this Marianne Pembe look like a sweetheart that can. Like, why did she take Marianne Pembe? Vatal na Marianne Pembe mark. And apparently now, that's the reason why this Sharon Shimbundu's lawyer thing was being thrown out. Or B's lawyer told her that no, if this is what happened, you should not worry, Shashi. This case is trash. They've got no evidence and no whatsoever this. That's why Sharon is not pressing charges. That's why the whole thing was thrown out. One. Anyways, here's a full video, not full video, but an audio of Sharon Shimba of B just narrating the whole story. And please, that's her speaking, and you guys know that She spent time in Canada, so she's got that Canadian accent. But I believe B, and she doesn't owe Sharon a single thing. Sharon should just put on her big girl panties on and whatever this. By the way, we already have moved on from this whole saga. We really honestly we've moved on. Now we are on this Amusha and Juliet faking their breakup. We are now on that saga. DNS no old. Anyways, listen to B and tell me what you think of it.
Okay, so vividly speaking, you get me? Let me tell you one thing. Sharon and I went live about an hour. Prior to that whole video was like almost like let me just say 45 minutes or an hour. And prior to that, Sharon was already half naked. People only screenshotted what they wanted to see or what they wanted to do, and then she was even entertaining that. Sharon was even, you know how we're having like very, very sensitive topics like sex positions, we were talking about sex, we were talking about lifestyles, we were talking about everything, you get me? And the part where I feel not even remorseful is like after that, whenever it happened, right, it was a Thursday, Sharon and I still came back to my house. She slept with me Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday she went back home, and then the Sunday I heard about the drama. So I was like, okay, so why did it take you so long to even like act like you're worried about something? At a point where she even came like with Marianne and Peme at my house looking for me, and her mom involved like one guy, like not even a police officer, like one guy just to come and threaten my house and some weird shit I don't even know. No problem. So in my head I'm like, Sharon, you were already half naked. You're not even worried. You're not even worried about that part. There's a part even in that video where when she was like boobless, where I even protected her. We were all unconscious. I was drunk, she was drunk. So at the end of the day, the girl is an adult. She's an adult, and I'm not there to take care or babysit anybody's kid. You get me? We are partying. And the only thing she feels embarrassed is like she has a history of exploring herself naked on the internet. And I even didn't know about that until today, or until this whole scene. So at a point I'm like, Sharon, she could have just quietly came to me and said, Bianca, do this and this and this and this for me to even cover my reputation, you get me? She went out all the way. Now she's talking to all the socialites to like be against me, you get me? I hated that part. And at the end of the day, I never did anything. The only thing I can apologize on Sharon is like when I pulled the blanket, and that was just out of even ignorance because I didn't know the girl was half all the way naked like that. That's the only part I can even be apologetic on. Anything else, I'm really not apologetic about anything because she knew what she was doing. She's just acting a victim. And she's looking for this whole... I don't even know you. I don't know how people do this thing in Namibia, like, to be quite honest. Why do you rush to social media? Why would you go live crying on social media, I'm going to kill myself? Why would you do that? Like, what are you killing yourself for? What was shown? I never showed her ass. I never showed her pussy. It was a thigh. Come on. You're trying to just drag my name for no fucking reason. To be quite honest. That's the only part that I hated. That's why I'm not even apologetic, and I will never ever apologetic, and I will never ever apologize to her. And you're pulling up with all these people that actually knows me on social media at my house. That girl knows the fact that I have a son. You're pulling up with people with apparently like, so they are using power. It's a cop. You're bringing a cop to my house where my child live. I don't fuck with my son. My son is my only priority. I don't give a fuck about anything. Don't do that. You're pulling up. Okay, so for them to arrest me to do what? To make a show, innit? To make a show, right? No problem. And I got lawyers, I got everything here. Like, she must not even play with me on that level. On God, on my last breath, she must not play with my son.
B, thank you for this. You see, this is why you are supposed to...
By the way, I reached out to Sharon to get her side of the story, and she never replied to me. I don't know why she didn't want to talk to me, and she has got her reason. I was still Team Sharon then, but not anymore. And it's not because she chose to ignore me that I'm no longer on her team, just because of B side of the story, which makes more sense. Maybe if she says tell her story, maybe I'll believe it. But for now, I'm believing what B told me. And when she's ready to talk or whatsoever, I'm always here.